Greetings all, and welcome to Daily Pali Reading. Today's passage. So, metta sahagatena cetasa ekang disang paritva viharati. Tata dutiyang, tata tatiyang, tata chatutang. That one leads his life having saturated one direction with a heart filled with loving kindness. Thus a second direction, thus a third, thus the fourth. So to recap from before, the Buddha is discussing a monk, specifically a monk, who has seen the 5 hindrances abandoned in himself and then has experienced joy arising because of this, has experienced happiness and a composed or concentrated mind. And now the Buddha is continuing, and we get this demonstrative pronoun so, which is the singular masculine, and it's pointing not to a monk that is present. It's not pointing to anyone present. It's hypothetical. This is pointing actually to someone absent, but the Buddha is answering a question, and he's talking about a hypothetical person. So that is where this so is coming from. It is our subject. It's the nominative singular demonstrative pronoun, masculine demonstrative pronoun. We can jump all the way to the end and see of this sentence and see viharati. We encountered this back in the Vajragota, questioning the Buddha. Viharati means to live. It can mean to dwell, to be, and I think here to lead a life. This one, under discussion, this hypothetical person, this monk we've been talking about, leads his life. Then we can go to this absolutive, paritva. This comes from parati, to suffuse, to fill, to permeate. Leads his life having permeated, and now this takes an object. Ekang disang. Disang is a direction, like one of the directions on the compass, one of the 4 cardinal points. And ekang, we've come across before, meaning one. Leads his life having suffused one direction, meaning everything in the entire universe in one direction is suffused, and is suffused with what? A cetasa. This is from ceto, mind or heart. Ceto is neuter, and that would be the nominative. Cetasa is the instrumental. With a mind, metta sahagatena. So this is a compound. This actually has 3 component parts: metta, saha, and gata. Gata we've come across before, from gachati, to go, and here the past participle, gone to. Then there is saha, which is an indeclinable, a prefix or preposition meaning accompanying or together with. And then we have metta. And metta is the famous loving kindness. It is love, sympathy, interest in others, but not the sort of love that expects some sort of return. And that's probably why loving kindness is a good way to express this, similar to the Greek agape. And also this word is cognate with the Maitreya, as in Maitreya Buddha. Then we can go over to tata, tata dutiyang. Tata means so or thus, and it is met with in the word tathagata, also a compound containing gata. Thus gone, it is sometimes translated and very often just left untranslated. Here we have tata, meaning thus or so, dutiyang. Now dutiyang means second, and we don't have an explicit noun that this is going with, but we can look back just like we had ekang disang. Then we have dutiyang disang. Thus, a second direction. So we've talked about one direction. It could be any direction. Doesn't specify what direction it has to be. Thus, a second direction is saturated with a heart of loving kindness. Tata tatiyang. Thus, a third direction. Tata chatutang. Thus, the fourth. You could say a fourth, but at that point, there's only one left, so it would be the fourth direction. We're going to leave it here today just to keep things kind of short. Just notice here that this heart of loving kindness with which the universe is being saturated, it leaves out no one. There are no exceptions here. There are no exceptions in the next clause. Metta is projected to every being, every last being in the entire universe. And for a really great summary of the concept of metta, I'm going to put on the screen a fabulous passage by Acharya Buddha Rakita from a book entitled Metta, The Philosophy and Practice of Universal Love. Maybe just pause the video and read through that. Let it sink in. Peace, everyone.